So if you're just cooking and you're thinking, well, are these vegetables actually doing anything? Like, are they helping? Well, for some of them, not really. For some of them, yes. We'll discuss those. I'd say no vegetables are actually bad for you because you can still like fill up a bowl of them for low calories if you're watching your calories, but for some of them at the same time, it's like you could just have a glass of water and you're pretty much getting the same thing. So what are we looking for in a good vegetable? Well, because these are pretty low in, any of the macros, it's all about the micros. So that's what we're looking at here today, your vitamins, your minerals. We'll get into that. A lot of these are technically fruits, but don't get me started on that. It's like, okay, are you gonna have a tomato and cucumber smoothie, dude? No. Are you gonna make a fruit salad out of them? No. Bioavailability, pesticides, phytates, we'll get into all of that too, but yeah, we'll kind of oscillate between like a good one, a bad one, and then a good vegetable, and then a bad vegetable, then guess what's next? A good vegetable, then a bad vegetable. It's okay. First up is peas. Now, peas are funky. They're technically like a legume, and I'm leaving out the rest of the legumes like chickpeas and lentils. Those are great, but I'm calling peas a pure vegetable because they're green. Yeah, my logic is flawless. But anyway, these are great because they have just a wide range of all sorts of macros in like decent quantities. But I'm scaling up on screen here to 300 grams of peas, and I will do for all the other vegetables just so you can see it making a dent in the daily target. But yeah, with peas, because they're giving you a lot of different micronutrients in smaller amounts, if you just throw that into your diet, it's helping you chip away at all those markers together, which is pretty nice. Also, peas have like more than double the protein based on anything else here. That's just the story of regular legumes, like chickpeas and lentils are the same, and I guess beans, but yeah, pretty nice. And they're cheap, you can throw them in anything. Pretty good stuff overall. Like, I would think peas, they're cheap and everyone eats them, they can't be that good, right? But yeah, they're pretty good. Now on to onion. Now, onion, I'm putting on screen, this is what onion's gonna give you as far as micronutrients go. And then you realize this is 300 grams of onion. Who eats 300 grams of onion? In a meal, if you have onion in it, it's probably what, like 20 or 30 grams? So you're pretty much getting nothing. Don't treat it as a vegetable, treat it as like a spice to, like a cooking spice to flavor your food. That's what it's good at. It's not good at being a regular vegetable. So like, don't try and put a square thing in a round hole, you know? Second good one here is broccoli. Now, Paul Saladino thinks, okay, don't eat broccoli because it's gonna give you major gas. Speak for yourself, champ. Now, I actually like Paul, but the carnivore diet's a little bit like covering yourself in butter before you go to work in the morning. It's not for everyone. Just most of us. As far as micronutrients go, pretty solid. Boatload of vitamin C. I'll get into vitamin C in a minute. Great stuff. Vitamin K is there, folate's there, a bunch of decent minerals. Pretty solid. It's also got the highest quantity of thylakoids in any food, I'm pretty sure, at least it's up there. And thylakoids activate your GLP-1, which is the same pathway that Ozempic works on, except broccoli won't give you thyroid cancer. So that can be pretty helpful if you're trying to watch weight. It's also really high in fiber if you're trying to watch weight as well. So if you're trying to cut down, broccoli's your guy. The second bad one here is cucumber. Now, botanically a fruit again. Do vegetables even exist? I don't know, more on that later. But yeah, cucumber has 96% water, which means 4% of it is not water, which means there's barely anything, like you may as well just have a glass of water, right? It's highest of any food. Watermelon is 92 compared to 96. So yeah, it's kind of telling if you look at the micronutrient breakdown, like it has some vitamin K, but so does everything else here. So, I mean, I like cucumber, but I'm not thinking I'm any healthier for eating it, you know? Next good one here is spinach, and I love spinach. Great stuff for you. People are going to say pesticides because leafy greens in general, really high surface area, so they can accumulate quite a bit of pesticides when they get sprayed. People are going to say phytates, which reduce all the absorption for all these sort of things. Because it's like, okay, well, spinach, like peas, it has a wide range of different things, like so many, like the vitamin K is ridiculous to start with, but it has so much of everything in higher amounts. Say peas, it's like a lot of things in smaller amounts. Spinach is the same, but higher amounts, so it's great stuff. But the phytates and the pesticides, the thing is, with spinach, you boil it and then you drain it, usually. And that usually rids most of the pesticides and almost all of the phytates, so it's really not that big of an issue. It's a different story if you're eating raw spinach. I wouldn't recommend eating raw spinach. That might actually give you kidney stones eventually, but as far as like cooking it, which you do, like it's fantastic. Next up is celery, and I've always found the smell of celery a little bit toxic, so I'm pretty happy to say definitively it's probably not the best thing for you. And the reason why is, like, if you compare it to the other thing, the other bad vegetables, it's just got no micronutrient content. Like, it's terrible. As well, the thing is with celery compared to spinach, you usually just cut it up and eat it. You don't cook it. And the thing is, celery is one of the highest pesticide foods. So you're really just pesticide maxing. I don't know, maybe you want to throw it in some stew, but then the pesticides will just seep out into the stew. So I don't know. Don't eat the celery, dude. Next up is bell peppers. Now, bell peppers, technically a fruit again. Dude, are fruits just better than vegetables? Probably. But anyway, bell pepper is absolute vitamin C bomb. Probably the fact that it's a fruit helps with that. But vitamin C, as I said before, I'll talk about it now. Great for not only anti-inflammatory potential, which will take care of your body, but also it'll actually help with the absorption of all these minerals and some of the vitamins too, which is really helpful because a lot of these vegetables do have phytates. It's unfortunate. Phytates are fuel for the seeds, and naturally there's some residual phytates in the actual plant, which will reduce the absorption for these minerals, which is why people get worried about vegetables. But vitamin C will not only increase the absorption, but it will also reduce the effect of the phytates. So it's fighting both sides of the battlefield, and it'll help you absorb a lot more food. So if you're having, say, like spinach in a meal, throw some bell peppers in there to help help increase the absorption. And I think that's pretty handy. Next bad one here is tomato. Like the other things, there's just not much in here, to be fair. People say don't eat nightshades. There's not really much evidence there. Bell peppers is a nightshade as well. But yeah, there's just not enough micronutrients in here, dude. You may as well just cover yourself in butter, whatever that means. And the last good one here is asparagus. I wanted to throw in a weird one here to finish up, and asparagus is actually pretty good. A decent spread of micronutrients. Really cool thing is it has so much sulfur that you can stink out a bathroom with just your urine, which is, I don't know, could be kind of fun. But I really like these high iron vegetables. I think they're pretty handy because a lot of people are vegetarian and vegan nowadays. I'm not, but you know, there's still a lot of value in iron, right? If you don't have enough iron, which is a really common deficiency, you end up just very tired all the time. You don't have enough red blood cells, so that's pretty problematic. So asparagus is great for that. Make sure you're getting your iron in, and you can throw something in like bell peppers to increase that absorption for it with that vitamin C, so that's pretty handy. But yeah, asparagus, good stuff. And the last bad one here is corn. And if you look at the micronutrients, the highest thing it has in quantity is sodium. But if you're struggling to get your salt in, you could just have some salt. Have you thought about that? But yeah, I usually hit my salt target with one large stick of salted butter. No, I'll start with the butter. But anyway, that's the video. There's not too much to sum up here. It was pretty straightforward, wasn't it? But let me know down below what vegetables you tend to lean towards as far as getting your macros in and what you're just throwing in your meal. So let me know that down below. I will see you in the next one.